let's say in your life you have been trying to get something to happen. Okay, so let's call this you trying to get something happening, right? And you're trying to change your life. You're doing your best to change your life. So if you imagine this is what's going on in your life, what you're aware of in your life, then you're in effect trying to sort of change the shape of this. You might be taking a bit off there, adding a bit on there, whatever. So this is like a symbol for whatever it is that you're trying to do in your life. And you're finding that it doesn't matter how much you do here, you still end up with everything going back to exactly how it was before. And it's amazingly frustrating. You think, wait a minute, I've put all this work in and everything is exactly the same as it was before. Okay, so of course you're really frustrated. So this area here is what we call the conscious mind, okay? So this is the, I don't know if that's how you spell conscious, I'm not sure, but this is what you're aware of, so what you're conscious of. So that is the bit that you're working with. However, when you want something to change here and it won't change here, always the problem is beneath the surface. It's down here, so it's like the iceberg, right? And so what you have to do is change at this level to change this. And this is the stuff that isn't so obvious. And so when you change at this level, you're actually at a massive advantage of people who are only working here, only working with what they're aware of. Because you have a whole world, you can see it's much bigger proportionally as well to what people are usually trying to do. And so here we have the subconscious. Now this is things that you could become aware of if you paid attention to it. So like, you know, digesting your breakfast this morning, for example. Your body is just doing that, and you could sort of go, oh, that's interesting, there was a rumble, and you could pay attention to that, but you probably don't want to because it's kind of on automatic. And so that is your subconscious mind. This part here is the part you need to be aware of. This is the unconscious. So this is what you are not conscious of. And this is the real key to changing what's going on up here. So this is what to be aware of if you want to change this. This is what you're not currently aware of, but it's driving your results up here, okay? When I studied advertising, we learned a lot about this. And I was really shocked to hear that advertisers aim here, right? They aim here to make you feel bad to buy stuff. So they've been doing this for years. So deliberately showing you images that you can't keep up with, to create the desire in you to buy the product, so that they get you to behave here without knowing where it's coming from. Now the thing to understand is this part talks in pictures, right? So it works on the principle of picture speaks 1,000 words. And it has its own intelligence, and it acts like a sponge, and it absorbs everything round about it. So everything in your life, everything you've experienced, it all goes in here, like a big soup. And whatever's in here dictates what happens out here. And that's why healing is so good, because it clears this and it helps to bring up what's in the unconscious and in the subconscious to the conscious. And that's what healing is. But when you've got these people messing around with it, trying to get you to buy stuff by deliberately making you feel bad, it means that there's absolutely years and years and years of healing to be done. But what's happening now is with the kind of transparency that the internet brings, is people are becoming aware that this game has been going on. And it's now a consumer's market. Consumers get to say how things will be. And this is not acceptable. To me, this is not acceptable. It never was. And for years, I've been listening to women complaining about themselves and believing that their bodies are ugly and they're fat and they're just, everything about them is wrong. And because this is happening, it's kind of like somebody's pouring oil into a stream, And when you're healing, you're kind of cleaning the oil, but somebody's pouring it further upstream. So this is where moving things from your unconscious and your subconscious up to your conscious is really important, because when you from here start to see this game that's going on, you can't be manipulated like you have been being manipulated. So where change needs to happen is here in your own healing process, in your own journey of feeling better about yourself, in your own journey of making your dreams come true, in your own journey of discovering who you really are without those external pressures to be a certain way and to fit in to the way that you're being told you should fit in, rather than to find the uniqueness of you. An interesting thing is happening in marketing now, where it's much more about you being unique than it is about you competing and doing the same as everyone else, but doing it better. It's about you finding out what makes you really unique. And I'm really excited about that, because that's what you do in healing as well. Those two roads are really meeting now, because for years working as a therapist, that's what I've been doing, is encouraging people to be who they really are rather than who they are being told they should be. Because then you glow from the inside out. You create your life according to the way that you're wired, and not try and be a round peg in a square hole trying to please other people. So what we do in howtomakeadreamcometrue.com is you change here to get different results here. And so it happens a lot more easily and a lot more quickly, because instead of you fighting at this level, only the things that you're aware of, you start to have a real journey of, wow, aha, that's amazing. Now I understand why this didn't work. As you see, and then you see results happen in your own life using surprising methods.